Hello, everyone. I'm Cheldin Barlatt Rumer, and this is it. Welcome back to This Is It TV. I love meeting new people, and today is one of those days. Hello, my friend. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful. We met at the Bloomingdale's event, right? The Mom Boss Bloomingdale's event that we did not too long ago in Short Hills Mall. And then the minute we met, so much energy, so much positive space that we had to have you on the show. So thank you so much for joining us.
Of course. What an honor. Thank you for asking me.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay, so I want you to just tell our This Is It TV family your first and last name and the name of your business.
So my name is Liz Matheis, and I am the co-founder of Psychological and Educational Consulting. My other co-founder is my husband, who we met in graduate school. So we're both psychologists, and he is the behind-the-scenes man of this practice.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. I did not know that it was a dynamic duo. I love that.
He brings the business sense and I bring the clinical fun sense because I get bored. And he's so practical and so like with the details. And I'm like, let's just have fun. And he's like, no, we need to like be able to show a bottom line. And I'm like, oh, you're right. Okay.
Okay, fine. But can I still have fun? Can I still have fun?
Yeah.
That's so awesome. That's so awesome. So your business is in a specific, I guess, category or caters to a specific audience, right? What is that audience?
So that's children, adolescents, parents of children with special needs, specifically ADHD, anxiety, autism, and learning disabilities.
Wow.
And anxiety is my forte because I am an anxious person, and I was an anxious child. I was an anxious teenager.
Yes.
I have 2 anxious children, and my husband comes from a family of anxious bugs. And so our poor children didn't really stand a chance.
Yeah, no, they were just going to be anxious, but it's about navigating that anxiety, right? And that's the important thing that you're able to put forth to be able to help people do that.
Absolutely. Teenagers and their families, kids, because kids don't come in going, I'm anxious and I have great insight into my childhood and I'm going to be able to figure it all out. So we use a lot of play therapy and art therapy. We have a registered play therapist on our team, and it's such a dynamic team and process. And I've been so lucky to bring on people to join me in the practice so that because there is a demand, thank goodness, we're blessed in this way. Yes. We wanted to be able to have more people to offer more services and during more times.
Oh, I love that.
And it gave me the chance to really be at home, because the whole purpose of me going into private practice was so that I could be able to drop the kids off, pick them up, be their class mom. And so that's where finding that balance is like, and you said it so beautifully at the presentation at the Short Hills Mall, is there is no balance. Just take it as it comes. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes.
There isn't a balance. And I know that we struggle with it as entrepreneurs. And I'm sure the mothers and the parents that you help on a daily basis with their children, with their own challenges, struggle with it as well, right? To be able to figure out, not only are you going to navigate the normal, what was coined as normal day to day, but then to really, navigate and work through the challenges that these young people have as well. Is that part of the way in which you communicate with them, or the strategy that you take on to be able to help them?
So I do a lot of parent coaching as well, which is bringing the parents in and saying, oh, so these are the struggles that you have at home. I'm going to work with you behind the scenes to help you enact certain strategies and to help you modify your understanding of what your child needs and is basically why they're doing what they're doing. And a lot of parents will come to me and say, my child is behavioral. Yes. And I say to them, no child wakes up in the morning and decides, today I'm going to be behavioral. I'm going to throw a chair. Like, no child wakes up and has that. They're trying to communicate a need. And I'm very, very much in tune with that and being very respectful of behaviors are a form of communication because we don't have the words yet.
Wow. I mean, so insightful. I mean, I think that that's an interesting thing to even think. I mean, even in navigating your day to day, you're at a mall, you're seeing a child acting up, you're at a grocery store, you're seeing them behave in a certain type of way. It is basically manifesting itself in bad behavior, but it's a story in and of itself. They're trying to tell you something and it comes from somewhere.
Like it's either there's too many choices, or it's too loud in here, or I'm tired, I'm hungry, I have to go to the bathroom. Wow. You know, or there's just, I think it's just really trying to get an understanding of who your child is and working through mommy guilt, which we all suffer from, and understanding what you can give, what your child needs, and trying to find that middle ground of not what you should be giving or what your family should be like. Because like you said, there is no, I don't know of a norm. Anyone who has a norm, please share it with me. I don't have it. Every day is a new story.
Yes, every day is a new story. And having people really, I mean, we were talking with a guest a little bit earlier about being clear, right? And just looking at things the way that they are, as opposed to putting all of these preconceived notions or all of this pressure on yourself. It's, I mean, life is hard enough without adding all of those things to it. So, you know, as you look and you navigate, you know, the issues or the challenges a young person may have, is it important for them to kind of truly be clear on what it is that they're battling with?
Absolutely. And that's a question that we're constantly, I'm asking a lot of what is this triggering for you?
Yeah.
What is this reminding you of? And a lot of them will come back to their own childhood. And I don't think we can parent without being in touch with our own childhood, good or bad.
Good or bad.
And I remember when I first became a parent, a lot of my childhood unresolved stuff came forward. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I thought I put it away.
Right.
And I thought I was going to have this nice, beautiful, clean slate to parent from. And it's like, no, it doesn't really work that way.
No.
Bring it forth. And so it's like, I'll say to parents, I think this is how you're feeling this is you as a young child and you're bringing it forth right now. So just be aware of it, because the more aware of it, the more attention and energy you give it, the better able you are to work with it.
Right.
Because you're trying to go around it. And it's like the elephant in the room. Stop trying to say, I don't see it. Like, it's there. Just acknowledge it.
Acknowledge it and address it. And I think that that's important, whether, again, it's that parent or whether it's the child, is kind of seeing whatever is in front of you and being able to provide attention to that particular thing and be able to navigate that. I think that that's so wonderful. And so I know that you brought up a little bit earlier in the engagement, in the interview, about this team. And so I think it's interesting to be an entrepreneur, be a sole proprietor, and have this one lane kind of scenario. But not only do you have a partner, you also have people on your team, you know, and how wonderful is that? Was that necessary in the way in which you grew your business to bring on additional folks?
So I really got to a point 2 years ago where I was like, I'm either going to shut down the practice or I have to figure out a different way to do this, because I love this and I don't want to give it up. But my children are growing and they have more needs. And I want to be there. I want to be there after school. I want to be there in the evening. So it, like, you know, when the universe says it's time, everything happens easily.
Yes.
And so I happened to be talking to a colleague who I said, do you happen to know of someone who might want to be able to join a practice and do evening work? And he was like, yeah. I was like, really? And so I was like, you've got to be kidding. Are you joking me right now?
Yeah.
He was telling me the truth, and it worked out where I called this young woman. She joined me, and so I gave her all the evening work, which she was happy to do. Yeah. And then the number of referrals came in, and it was growing. And I was like, oh, I think I need someone else. Wonderful. And then former coworkers started contacting me and saying, I want to join you. And I was like, the more the merrier. Wonderful. And it's nice because I have a story with a lot of them where we work together in different places. And like one of them, I have an executive functioning coach who goes out into the homes of the students and helps them, especially if they have ADHD or just they have executive dysfunction.
Okay.
And she said to me years ago, I remember sitting in my office and she hadn't had a baby yet. I think we were both pregnant. And she says, do you think you'll ever go into private practice? And I was like, no. And look at where I am.
Then look at where you are. And you're thriving within that space, being able to fill a void truthfully. And fortunately we have you. And unfortunately, this seems to be a growing issue, right? That is really within our school systems, within our homes, that need to be addressed in an honest way. And without acknowledging them these issues in an honest way, things get forgotten or ignored. Do you find that people are coming to you a little later than ideal, you know, kind of sharing with you, you know, that their children have?
Sometimes. And it's gotten to a point where like now the whole system's in haywire, but we can bring it back down. No problem. Right. You know, like the one thing I am is I'm very honest. Yeah. I have my own struggles as a parent. I have my own struggles with my own kids. So I don't sit here going, my family is perfect. Like, that's not me. That's not me. It never has been me. And the one thing that I'm very thankful is that when people give me feedback, they say to me, you're real. Yeah. And I'm thankful for that. Because I never want anyone to come in and feel like, well, I didn't do this right. Or because there is like, you go with it. You figure it out. You figure out what your family needs. You figure out what your spouse needs. You figure out what your child needs. You figure out what your house needs.
Right.
And when you need to bring in extra support, you do that. And if you need less support, fine. I think it's like just understanding what we need, because unfortunately a lot of families do get caught up in, well, this is what the people around me are doing. And this is what it looks like. And I have to always say, you never know what happens behind closed doors.
For sure.
I mean, how many times have we looked on Facebook and there's these posts that are lovely, but you know that behind the scenes, it ain't that grand.
Please, please. And again, it's about getting, going behind there, and somebody's doing that hard work, and you and your amazing team and your husband get to do that hard work and really being able to help these families transform by taking care of their children. And I think that that's so, so wonderful. And so now you have day hours, you have evening hours where you're able to really execute the services in which you offer. Is it, what is the initial process? Again, if I call upon you, I have a child that has needs, I have a child that is behaving in this particular way, what is the initial process? Because I think a lot of people are fearful, of the process itself. I want to keep it a private thing. I know that, he or she has these things kind of going on. I don't want to feel like I failed. I'm slightly embarrassed, even though it's nothing to be embarrassed of, but I'm slightly embarrassed. What do you encourage them to do within its first step to get in touch with someone like you?
So what we offer is you call me, you call the main line, I'll answer. I answer all the phone calls, and I divvy up where everyone needs to go. We'll speak for as long as we need to kind of get an understanding of what's going on. I'll get a sense of who you need to meet with and what kind of services you need. And we do offer an array. I also do psychoeducational testing, which I love because I'm able to send those reports back with the child to the school, and they can get their services quicker. If they call me, they make those. That I figure that all out, and then we start. It's really, and it's funny because people will call and I think they're expecting this, like, I don't know, judgmental or difficult process, and it's kind of like, nope. So when do you want to set up an appointment?
Right. When do you want to set up an appointment? Easy. Oh, I love. And I think that's what people need, right? They need that easy path to entry. They need to feel comfortable within the process. It's such an intimate thing that involves not only the child, but their parents, and being able to navigate that with someone that they can trust. Oh my goodness. I am so excited that you are on the show today. So if there are people out there, oh, I love you. You're so amazing. This is not the last time that you'll be on This Is It TV. If people want to be able to get in touch with you, they're going through this, they're challenged within it, or they're looking to change things up. Maybe what they're doing currently isn't working, and they want to be able to either get another opinion or work with another service provider. Where would they be able to get in touch with you in order to start that process?
Well, they can call us at our the number. Do you want me to share the number?
Of course.
Okay, 973-400-8371.
Wonderful.
The website is www.psychedconsult.com. And on there is a bio on me and every single therapist, because I like for our children to go and see pictures of the therapist and the office before they come in, so that this is not a novel situation.
Yes.
And we offer I also offer FaceTime or Skype session for people who are long distance.
Okay.
And also I've had students who worked with me, graduated high school, moved on to college, and we weren't ready to part ways yet.
Yes.
So we stayed in contact over their college years as an extra support through teletherapy, and it worked out really nicely because I get to watch my babies grow.
Yes, and it's so important as these pinnacle things happen in their lives, that it can either revert particular situations or bring about new situations. To know that you are there as a resource is probably so priceless. I love that. I love that you just keep continuing the relationship, and that relationship's there in order to grow. We are so excited that you are on the show today. We're going to continue to follow, fan, and like everything that you have going on. My team, as this is airing live, is going to be able to share all of this contact information with the community as they're watching, so this way they can get in touch with you as well. We are so fortunate that you were able to join us today. Thank you so much.
I'm the one who's fortunate. Thank you, Cheldin. You are so amazing. It's such an amazing role model for me.
Thanks.
Living your dream, and hearing you say that, it empowered me in such a way that I don't think I'll ever be able to express my gratitude towards you.
Oh my goodness. Completely made my day. Oh, how wonderful. How wonderful. Well, that just means that you're stuck with me. So we're going to have to figure out ways in order to work together on a regular basis. And I think we need to figure out ways to have you be a regular fixture here on the show. So I'm so excited for that. So you better hang tight for that. And everybody else better hang tight. We'll be back with more. This is It TV with Cheldin, Barlatt, Rumer after these brief messages.